He come out. He came out. He came out yesterday. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me put up what I'm talking about. Bear with me. Bear with me. Look, they say, who are talking about? Dharamlall. Dharamlall came out. Look what he posted yesterday afternoon. I was alerted by Facebook that a post is there with my name and I looked at it. Good afternoon, friends. This is Dharamlall. Dear citizens, dear Aztec citizens, is this the same Paul Slowe who is the APNU AFC mouthpiece? He asking the question, free speech is here to stay, one love. And then he posted an article, Paul Slowe slapped with fraud, sexual assault charges, released on bail. Dharamlall, that despicable character, he showing shades at me. Well, let me tell you, and I'm not, as I'm said, I have nothing to be fearful. I have nothing to be ashamed of. It is true that Paul Slowe is charged for fraud. It is true that Paul Slowe is charged with sexual offenses. But let me break it down for you. Because Dharamlall, this despicable character, I got some adjectives to describe him. But I want to leave it there for you to see what is this person is saying. The same Dharamlall who was accused of rape, he was accused of grooming a 16-year-old indigenous girl, and he was accused also of let me hold on. Y'all all bear with me a while. Yeah, the same Dharamlall, he was accused, and forgive me, calling the law, he was accused, this is what the law says, he was accused of buggering the girl. And don't feel offended, because hear what section 353 of the Criminal Law Offences Act of Guyana says. Everyone who commits buggery, either with a human being or with any other living creature, shall be guilty of a felony and liable to imprisonment for life. No, Marlene, it's not sodomy. That is not what the law said, Marlene. Marlene, let me read it back. I know some of you are Christians, some of you are decent people, and the word might be offensive to you. But that is what the law says. It's still in the law book. Section 353 of the Criminal Law Offences Act of Guyana says, yes, it's sodomy. And therefore, if you write up the charge, you can't put sodomy. You got to write up what the law says. Everyone who commits buggery, either with a human being or with any other living creature, shall be guilty of a felony and be imprisoned for life. Dharamlall of all people. And let me tell you further. Let me deal with that one at a time. I roll up my sleeve and I'm ready to deal with that thing. This is another thing this morning. We are charged here. So let me show you what in terms of the fraud charge. Let me tell you what the fraud charge is. You read it for yourself. Let me put it up here and I'll read it along with you. Here what the particulars are. And I'm not at liberty to go into the details. This is the same matter that started on Monday. So I'm not going to go into any great details on it. But this is what is alleged. That between the 1st of March 2019 and Tuesday the 7th of July 2020, at the Guyana Police Force Headquarters, Ivlery, Kingston, Georgetown, in the Georgetown Magisterial District, in the county of Demerara, conspired together and with other persons unknown to defraud the Guyana Police Force of $10,056,000 Guyana currency by paying Paul Slowe, Clinton Conway, Claude Whitaker, George Fraser, and Mark Gilbert the said $10,056,000 without complying with the proper procedures, purportedly to do a review of the standing order, which had already commenced in July 2018 and concluded in March 2019 by the Strategic Planning Unit of the Guyana Police Force. That is what it is saying. That is the charge in terms of the fraud charge. As I've said, we're not going to go into it, but you look at it and see what it says. We cannot go into it because the matter is before the court. And after 2 years, 4 months, and 5 days, the trial finally commenced Monday gone and will continue on the 9th. So we are anxiously looking forward. We are anxiously looking forward to be able to clear. Because remember, we don't have any onus. The onus of proof is not on us, the defendants, all those persons, because in addition to the people who they have there, they also charge Assistant Commissioner Andrews Jr. They had mentioned the name in the particulars. They also charge woman, Senior Superintendent Marcel Washington. We are all jointly charged, and ASP Kelman. So we are all charged jointly with this conspiracy, this trumped up conspiracy to commit fraud charge. And Dharamlall, who groomed, raped, and buggered a little 16-year-old girl, he dealt free. So he asks if this is the same person. First of all, me are no spokesman for nobody. I talking on issues. This is the Dharamlall that asking that that question. And let me go on for some more before I bring in CC. Let me go on with some other matters. The other matter, that is the conspiracy to commit fraud. Again, I say the other matter is before the court, and therefore I'm not at liberty to go into any details. But it says the allegation is that on March the 26th, March the 29th, on April the 2nd, 2019. Let me repeat that. It says that on March the 26th, March the 29th, and April the 2nd, 2019, that I robbed the leg of an assistant superintendent, right? Without her permission during the course of a meeting. That is the allegation. Not buggering Dharamlall, not raping. Again, that is what it says. Sexual offense, you know, usually the broad thing, sexual offense, and people jump to conclusion. But the charge is saying that on the 26th of March, the 29th of March, and the 2nd of April 2019 at police headquarters in a room where there were other people, that I robbed the leg of this police officer without her permission. That is the essence of the charge. Dharamlall, again, I say, nothing to do with buggering, nothing to do with raping. Because you as a bugger man, you would know about them things. You were alleged credibly to do that. So, and you ask the question about the question, therefore, to be asked, and it's a rhetorical question asked, why is it that Paul Slowe is charged for these offenses, or for this offense, or these offenses, it's 3 different days, and you are not? Ask yourself that. Why is it that Paul Slowe is charged with this offense of sexual assault, and you are not charged for buggery, for rape, and for grooming a 16-year-old indigenous girl? And you know why? Because the system is broken. The system is broken. That is why Slowe was charged, and the system is broken. That is why you weren't charged. And let me remind people, the allegation surfaced that Nigel Dharamlall, the Minister of Local Government, groomed this girl. She was a contestant at some beauty pageant. He sponsored her. He groomed her. He provided her with money. He invited her to his residence. The story is that she had some suspicions. So she walked with her little brother. He put the little brother from 10 he entered the place. He put the little brother for watch TV downstairs. He took her into the room and immediately he raped her. He caused her to suck his penis. Those are the allegations. And then, I ain't saying sodomy, then he buggered her. And she explained in detail the excruciating pain and all the ordeal she went through. And she said when he finished with that, he ejaculated. And I get it right, as the guy needs to say, break punch it. And say 2 pot spoonful. And then he said, I own you from now. That is the allegation against Dharamlall. And he was arrested. He turned himself in. He was arrested. The house that the locusts, they revisited the scene. They claimed that he painted over the room. He rearranged furniture. That is the allegation. And I said before, and I'm saying again, that the only way he could have done that is because the investigators would have alerted him that you said the room and the place looked like this. So in other words, when they went there to do the visit and found the thing different, then that would have worked towards discrediting our story. That was it. And then she was kept in custody because she was denied legal representation. She was denied outside communication. And then eventually, when the file went to the DPP, this is all part of the corruption. The DPP said they want some further clarification. What further clarification? The law is clear that in a case like that, you don't need corroboration. So on the basis of the statement and the other evidence that you have had, that was sufficient for the DPP to charge. Did not charge, corrupt system. So it went back. And when it went back then now, you hear from a release of the police, so how the young lady says that it is in our best interest not to proceed any further with the matter. And let me repeat that. A 16-year-old, and the DPP can say that a 16-year-old female can determine what is in our best interest, whether to proceed or not with this matter. Corrupt system, you benefited from Dharamlall. Corrupt system. So to come and to ask, I have nothing to hide. I'm looking forward to the trial. And to say to you, the one with the fraud started Monday after 2 years, 4 months, and 5 days. The other one, this sexual assault charge, ain't even start yet. There's a lot of dancing and ducking. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. 2 years, 4 months, 5 days to that one. And I suspect it'll be much longer for the next one. And you can come and ask any question, Dharamlall. Let me bring in CC at this stage for him to have his say, man. CC, I send the thing to you. Let me hear what I was saying about shameless Dharamlall, man.
It would have been better if Dharamlall had stayed quiet, and he didn't say anything. Because he mentioned your name, but he implicated me also, because I'm a co-conspirator. I'm a co-accused. And I wonder why he didn't mention other persons. We only got one charge, one trumped-up charge. I wonder why he didn't mention Irfan Ali, who had 19 fraud charges. I wonder why he didn't mention Ashley Singh, who was charged. I wonder if he mentioned Nandalal, who was charged for thieving law books. I wonder why he didn't mention President, who was also charged. And not only charged, that the government changed and the DPP, the politically inclined DPP, null press those charges. We ain't running to no DPP to null press any charge. We have in our day in court already take over 2 years and it started and it's going to end shortly. And I could bet the bottom dollar that he's going to end at no case submission. Why does he mention other issues? Talk for rain and talk for sun too? And then when he want to portray maybe that he's an angel, all the elements of rape was in that allegation. And when I used to teach rape, I used to say rape is forceful, unlawful, carnal knowledge. And the evidence was there where we forced the girl. It was unlawful because she did not consent. And they had carnal knowledge because the male organ, you had penetration, the male organ entered the vagina, and I'm going to be raw, and the male organ entered the anus. And he has, as according to the evidence, we had he ejaculated and he said 2-pot spoon. So all those elements of rape, forceful, unlawful, carnal knowledge was there. And the DPP masquerade. And they had the girl for weeks. From one person to the next person, from one group to the next group, interview, that she get fed up. And that was the intention. She get fed up. She can't take it no more. And then we hearing about $20 million and house slapped and scholarship being paid. Why you don't address those things? And car also. Why you jumping in, you Paul? Let us have our day in court. They already give us bogus charge. We waiting for a day and we starting to get our day. So if you want to bring up the thing there, we could talk to. We could talk about 19 fraud charges. We could talk about charges for thieving law book. We could talk about other charges. And we could talk about the politically controlled, the politically inclined DPP not pressing those matters when there are compelling evidence there. So it's better Dharamlall stay quiet. I bet he stay quiet, Paul.
But you can't, you can't stay quiet because I guess some adjective for describe you a despicable, vile, nasty, depraved, repulsive, obnoxious person. That's just a few adjectives to describe you before he stay under the rock that he crawl for a couple morning. I guess he coming out now because he's still getting paid. That is the word that he's still getting paid and he's still getting a lot of privileges and so on. So he can come out. But let me make this point too about this allegation. As I've said before, the allegation is that this thing is took place March 26, March 29, April the 2nd, 2019, charges were filed on the 19th of May, 2021. Let me repeat that. Allegation is that this sexual assault took place, this rubbing of the leg took place on the March 26th and 29th, April the 2nd, 2019. Charges were filed on the 19th of May, 2021, more than 2 years after. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why, right? So Dharamlall come out, and let me tell you something. Some people say you shouldn't bad with it. I said no. You can't allow them to come out with these false things. Well, it's not false instead of the charge, but he's trying to throw shades. And therefore, people got to know the facts. Because when people look to see Dharamlall saying Slowe charged with fraud and Slowe charged with sexual offense, then they will tend to believe because they're there in newsroom. You're there in newsroom, you know. There's a PVP mouthpiece then newsroom. Right? So, and then there the thing is, look, the same Dharamlall talking. Let me read something else here to you. Are you bear with me, man? I get the facts, you know. I got the then I get Kaicho News. Kaicho News. In a dramatic turn of events, President Irfan Ali Tuesday night announced that rape-accused local government minister Nigel Dharamlall has resigned from his post as local government minister and member of parliament. Dharamlall's resignation came just hours after the Director of Public Prosecution, Shalimar Aliak, SC, stated that, well, there's an extra we got to put. When I say SC, I suspect some letters are left out. So SC is the two first letter. I believe 3 other letters are left out there. I got to check it up. I got to do research to find out. Shalimar Aliak, SC, stated that in the absence of the schoolgirl's complaint against him, there is no legal provision for police to proceed with the matter. That is what they think, this cockamania story that the DPP came with. Because my thing is that when the file went to her first, there was sufficient evidence, prima facie evidence for her to proceed. And I say, again, I did the research and the lie is clear, and them is liar, me and liar. They are the liars. The thing says in the Enriquez case that to say that a prima facie case was established is not sufficient. That is what Ian Chan ruled. And that is what the Privy Council ruled. That to say prima facie case is not the only basis on which a charge should be instituted. They say you should also look to see if the charge has the prospect of being successful. So it's prima facie, and that the charge can be successful. And I'm saying, without any fear of successful contradiction, that in the Dharamlall rape allegation, buggery allegation, you have the prima facie evidence, and you also, those charges could have been successfully prosecuted. So you come in, then is Animal Farm, all of us are equal, but some are more equal than others. And the disgusting thing is that people like Dharamlall, who should climb in a rock, or better yet, go in some open grave and stay there for as long as possible, they came in out. And for the Guyanese and people who know the term, don't that I am speaking wrong English, coming out. That's a word coined by our president, coming out. So they came in out from under the rock or from wherever they were, and to come to talk a lot of nonsense. And then, in addition to that, let me pull up the phone. In addition to that, remember Dharamlall, Nigel Dharamlall as minister, right? They take away his visa. The US are taking away his visa, and then they give back his visa. And when they give back his visa, the allegation is that he went in New York. A lady by the name of Zainab, Z-A-I-N-A-B, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Hussein, the mother of Shanaz Hussein, write a long thing and related how he showed the mushroom to the thing and try to get the little girl to go to the hotel. While he, according to the letter, while he was on government business in New York, then in the hotel room trying to get this little girl to go to him in the hotel. Dharamlall, that is the man who's showing shades at Paul Slowe. That is this despicable character, right? And don't forget too that Dharamlall was accused. Let me pull up the next one here, man. Dharamlall was